Hi there, welcome to this tutorial. This is gonna be part 4 of the tutorial in which I'm showing you how you can create your very own TIA hardware generator using Openness API. So let's get into it. Until now, we just went and generated, actually we created the project and we generated the HMI and the PLC. And right now, what I would like to do is I would like to go and generate the devices, the ET200SP or whatever we're gonna have there. So let's go and first of all create our first function. Is gonna be a private void, and I'm gonna call it IO device. And here we're gonna have the so we're gonna have the iList, and we're gonna have the tuple, and we're gonna have here controller, and the first one is gonna be the device. Then we're gonna have a second iList, and this one is gonna be controller IO card. And let's call this devices, like that. So let's go and say subdevice. Let's create an instance for it. New list, and it's gonna be a device. And let's go and create a subnet. So we're gonna have the project subnets create, and here we're actually gonna create our subnet. So it's gonna be system subnet, and it's gonna be Ethernet, and the name of the subnet is gonna be global network. Okay, so let's actually go and create our devices. So we're gonna use a for each loop, and let's say D in devices. And what am I gonna do here? I'm just gonna go and actually I'm gonna copy this and modify it for our needs. So I'm gonna say project, and here I'm gonna say ungroup device group, devices create with item, and I'm gonna have a D item 1 identifier, and it's gonna be D item 1 name, and the same thing is gonna be item 1 name. And here we're gonna have a sub devices, actually sub device, and we're gonna add the device. What I would like to do next is go and call find attribute set, and let's go and say devices, device info, actually items, sorry, and then we're gonna have the author, and the author I'm gonna put it as let's just go and say the PLC author. So we're gonna have text here, and let's just copy paste this, and actually here I will need to close this bracket. So on the second one is gonna be our comment, and as you know, we're gonna go and take our comment text, and I would just like to put here some information. So let's say device name. This is optional, and of course everybody can do as it please. So let's go and say we would want a network, and here we're gonna go and say find network interface of our device, and we're gonna have a device item here. So network node last, and we're gonna say connect to subnet, and the subnet is gonna be, you guessed it, subnet. Okay, so right now we created the I/O devices. Let's go and create a second function, and this function is gonna be for the I/O controller. So it's gonna be the input and output cards that we're gonna put on those devices. So let's go and say private void fill I/O card. So, or let's say controller. Sounds much nicer. So we're gonna have a device, which I'm gonna call it device, and then I'm gonna have a iList controller I/O card, and I'm gonna call it controller. So here, let's go and create an index variable, and it's gonna be 0. And let's create a device item rail, and let's go and find the rail. So let's go and say device items. Okay, so right now let's go and do a for each loop. So let me just, so we're gonna have a variable. I'm gonna say card in controller, and here I'm gonna start with the if statement. So if card name equal to string empty, then just continue. If that is not the case, let's go and do a for loop. Let's create I integer, and we're gonna give it the index value, and here we're gonna say it should be smaller than the controller count, and let's increment I. So here I'm gonna say if it's not rail can plug new, then I'm gonna go and say order number, and let's go and say object identifier is gonna be the identifier, and here we're gonna have the card identifier, then we're gonna have the card name, and actually it's gonna be the card name, and I would like to name this as card position, and then on the position number I'm just gonna put the Y, and then let's say continue. Okay, here I'm gonna take the index and I'm gonna assign that the value I. So let's go and say, actually I'm just gonna go here and copy this whole thing, and I'm gonna say plug new, and break at the end. Okay, so we're gonna test to see if we can generate a new card, and if that is the case, then we're actually gonna generate it. Okay, and I will have to call the fill IO controller, and I'm gonna do this here, fill IO controller, and we're gonna have the first one is gonna be the device, and then we're gonna have the item 2. Okay, what else will I need here? I will need to add to subnet. So let's go and say private void add to subnet, and here I'm gonna have the tuple again. So I'm just gonna go here and copy everything and just paste it, and I'm gonna need IO system, and let's call it system. So here let's go and do a for each loop. So we're gonna have var d in project ungroup devices group devices. So remember, we kind of generated the devices in the ungroup device group. So it's important that we will have to look there for the devices. So let's go and say if the name contains the PLC name, text, then just continue. Otherwise, let's go and create a variable network and say find network interface, and this is going to be device items, and actually this is not going to be device, it's going to be D, because these are the devices that we are looking at. So let's go and say network node last, and let's connect to subnet, and our subnet is gonna be actually our system here. Okay, and so okay, let's go and do a for each loop. And so actually this is going to be, let's say V in devices. So if the name is going to be equal to V item 1 name and V item 1 IP equal to string empty. But actually I wouldn't want to be equal, so I'm gonna put a negate here. So I'm gonna say network nodes first, and I'm gonna set the attribute, which is gonna be address, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be item 1 our IP. Okay, so here system, let's do it like this, and let's see, so it's gonna be, so it's not gonna be subnet, this is a typo again, so connect to IO system. Okay, let's go and say, instead of network, let's say net. Yes, so here I kind of made a small mistake. Well, unfortunately, I don't have to go through the nodes here. I will have to go to the I/O controllers and connectors. Sorry. So, like this, we will have our connection to the subnet. So let's go first and call our I/O devices, and we're gonna do this here before creating our devices, our PLC and HMI, because as you can see here, we are creating our subnet. So I would like to create a subnet and then connect the devices that are there. So first, let's go and say controller devices, and actually that's all. And what I would like to do here is just go and add to subnet. And here we're gonna have controller again, devices, and we're gonna have our I/O system. And our system, we will actually have to create it. So let's go and say system. Okay, perfect. So let's do one thing here, and here we will what I would like to do, I will actually like to copy this, actually copy everything that we have here and just paste it. The first one I'm gonna delete it because we kind of don't need it. And here I'm gonna set the author, and I'm gonna leave the PLC author, the comment, and I'm just gonna delete just the name. Or actually, I'm gonna leave it because it's the device. So here, actually, I wouldn't want to create the network again because I already created it here. So I'm just gonna say network, find the interface, then we're gonna go and connect to subnet and say project subnets find, and we're gonna go and look for the subnet that we created here, like this. And then what I'm gonna do, it's actually I'm just gonna go and set the attribute for the address. the IP address. Okay. So right now, what I would like to do is I would like to create our I/O system. So let's go and say variable controller, and it's going to be network I/O controllers first. And here I'm just gonna check if our controller is equal to null. Then I'm gonna say return and break everything. Otherwise, I'm gonna go and assign the system controller create I/O system. And here I'm actually gonna go and say the I/O system should be general system. So this should be the name of the I/O system. Okay. Okay. So right now we can actually what I would actually like to do here is do a for each loop again, so we can set our author and the comments for all the devices. So let's go and look in our project, ungroup device group, devices, and let's just go and set this, and this is going to be A and A as well. So actually I would like to have it A here as well. Okay, good. What else I would like to do here is, this is a personal preference, but I have a little bit of time, and I would like to go to the properties, resources, double click and say add resource. And here I'm just gonna go and set add new icon, and I'm just gonna say it as this icon. So what we will have to do here, we will have to go and delete everything that we have here. Like this. The last one we're not going to be able to delete it, but here I would like to create a new image, and this is going to be 64 by 64 24 bytes, and like that you can open your paint, go here on the canvas and say 64 by 64, and here you can just go select, just select the color. I'm gonna select this color and I'm just gonna fill it. Then I'm just gonna come here, increase the font to let's say 48, and let's go and say So the font looks a little bit big. Let's go ahead and make it smaller. So yeah, still big. I'm just gonna go with this one, and let's go and say it like this. Perfect. So like this you can just create your icon, and like this I'm just gonna go copy everything and then just come here and paste everything, and you can save your project. And if you're gonna go to properties, here you're gonna be able to choose your icon. So when you're choosing your icon, just go rebuild solution, and your application is gonna have an icon. Okay, good. So actually this is what we created. Let's go and test it. So first I'm deleting the project, the whole project that is there, and then I'm generating the devices and creating the project. I'm just gonna go and fast forward everything. Okay, so we actually finish to generate everything. Yeah, so we can just go and check here. We changed the name, we changed the author, the comments, we changed even the IP according to what we needed. So well, that would be all for this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and yeah, see you on the next tutorial. Bye.